anytime you're going through something, any kind of struggle or whatever, it never lasts. Everything changes, everything passes. It's like you're gonna go through stuff. You're gonna just take the lessons from what you go through. It's gonna, everything passes. You know what they say, time heals all wounds, yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a little cloud, man. You go through the storm, you get through the storm, then there's the sun, then another storm comes, and the sun, it's fucking valleys and peaks, man. That's what the whole game is about, valleys and peaks. You just got to know that when you down, you got to come back up. You can't stay down forever.
One, two, yeah. Come on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, sir, you are tuned in. This is for the SB1200, ASR 10s and NPC heroes. This is for the crate digging, loop getting, sound manipulators, the Fruity Loop reasoning machine innovators that pump the bass and frequently freak the kick in a stand till it slaps in your speakers. The sound providers that make sure the song is tight. Shout out to the producers, Beatz grinding live. Shout out to the producers, Beatz grinding live.
Welcome to the Beatz Grinding Life podcast with your host Siren, a weekly interview podcast with inspiring music producers, where every week you will learn from a different music producer how to potentially take your music career to the next level.
Today's episode of Beatz Grinding Life is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audio download and 30-day free trial at beatsbooks.com. Over 180,000 titles to choose from on your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Some recommended readings by past Beatz Grinding Life guests like 48 Laws of Power, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, The Secret, Tools of Titans, and The Song Machine are all available with Audible. Once again, go to beatsbooks.com to get your free book. What's up, Beat Grinders? This is another episode of Beatz Grinding Life. I'm your host, and with us today we have Ski Beatz.
What up, baby? What up? What up? Chillin'.
Ski Beatz is a hip-hop music producer from Greensboro, North Carolina, now living in New York. He started off as a rapper and was discovered by the legendary DJ Curren. The former Original Flavor rapper is now a legendary producer that has produced for Jay-Z, Camp Lo, Fat Joe, Sporty Thievz, Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, Ras Kass, Curren, Mos Def, and many, many more. Yo, what up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm chilling. Can't complain, in here, banging out in the laboratory. That's about it.
That's what's up, man. In the dojo.
In the dojo. You already know.
Feeling that, man. Well, Beat Grinders, I hope you guys appreciate this interview for sure, man. This guy is a legend. When I say legend, I mean he's produced for legendary artists on legendary on classic albums. You got Reasonable Doubts. You got Camp Lo's first album. And I mean I'll even put Currency's album that you worked on there as a classic as well, man. As an underground classic. So
definitely. Pilot Talk 1, 2, and 3, baby.
Wow. See, yeah, man. All those classics, man. All right, man. Well, I just gave a brief intro on you, man. Why don't you expand on that intro, fill in the blanks a little bit, and just let them know a little more about who you are.
Well, like you said, man, I'm originally from Greensboro, North Carolina, man. Hip-hop producer, been producer since the 90s. If you want to get technical, since the 80s, But we're gonna stick with the 90s up until now. Man, working on my own project right now, Switched on BAP. Okay. That's about to drop next month, July the 6th. It's a dope instrumental album. And just to let kids know, man, I produced that album with no computer. I only used the MPC and some modular synthesizers. That's it.
Wow, that's what's up, man. Taking it back, man.
Taking it back to the analog, baby.
Taking it back to analog and just showing people what can be done, and that it still can be done. And I'm sure, with the great sound as well, so that's what's up, man. Well, I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to hear that album. What'd you say it's called again?
It's called Switched on BAP.
So, man, that's what's up, man. Okay, well, I'll definitely be on the lookout. There we go. Switch on back, man. Beat Grinders, you guys be on the lookout as well for that. All right, man. Well, here on Beats Grinding Life, man, we always start out with, a little history. We want to know a little more about, your roots. What made you want to get into music? What made you want to get into music production? What made you the producer that you are today, man?
Well, I started off as a rapper. I wasn't always a producer.
Okay.
I was like a very serious rapper. I wanted to be famous. I wanted to be a rapper. I wanted to drive the fancy cars. I wanted all the girls. But fate didn't allow me to go that way. What ended up happening was, like I said, I was in this group. Well, I don't know if I said it, but I was in this group called the Busy Boys that was based out of North Carolina. And we had a guy, his name was the Rhythm Fanatic. And he was doing all my beats. He was the producer for the group. I was the rapper, and we had a DJ. And, I used to always watch him make beats. He kind of basically taught me how to use the SP1200. When he wasn't making beats, I would just, I would go to his house and play around with his drum machine when he wasn't home, when he was doing his thing. And I kind of taught myself, how to make tracks on the SP1200. And it was like a natural progression, man, because the group broke up and he was no longer producing for the group. And so I had my mom, she got me an SP12 around that time. And I was just making beats, and I always thought that all rappers, I didn't even know what a producer was, kid.
Right.
I thought all rappers were supposed to make their own beats, and that was just part of the game.
Right.
So that's how I got into the production. I would make my beats and I would rhyme to them and make songs and stuff. And then one day, Clark Kent, around the time he signed Original Flavor, he asked me like, yo, you got all these beats. What are you doing with these beats? And I mean, what do you mean what I'm doing with them? I just got beats. I rap to them.
Right.
He's like, no, dude. He said, yo, you could make money. You could sell these beats. I'm like, nobody buy beats. I didn't understand the concept.
Right.
I'm like, who gonna buy a beat? And he said, yo, trust me. And he sold. My first placement was with Father MC. And he sold that. Yeah, he sold that beat for like 8 G's. And I'm like, what? I'm like, wait a minute. I just made $8,000 off some shit that took me like 10, 15 minutes to make. I said, wait a minute. And then, slowly but surely, he kept getting me work. And then he just started introducing me to all these different people, and I just kept producing. And I kind of like phased away from the rapping and just went into production full time. And needless to say, when Jay-Z came into the fold, I'm like, oh shit, that's the best rapper in the world. In my eyes, shit, if I'm gonna produce, Matt, I'm gonna put the mic down completely now and just make beats for this dude,
Right. Even back then, you knew his greatness. You could see it, huh?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
No, nobody was, Jay was the man. He's still the man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was comparing with him back then, bro.
Right.
Nope.
Right. Wow. Even my earliest memory of Jay-Z is Original Flavor, and I saw him on that video, and that definitely made me go cop the tape. You could definitely see the greatness in there, man, for sure.
Yep.
So, man, I want to know, man. So where was this when you met up with Clark Kent? Was this in New York or was this in North Carolina?
This was in North Carolina. Clark Kent, he used to DJ for Dana Dane.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, back in the day, he was Dana Dane's DJ.
That's crazy.
And when he used to come to North Carolina, my group used to always open up for Dana Dane and Clark Kent when they came into town. And, we kind of just built up a relationship because we had seen him so many times on the road with him coming to our hometown. And, we just kind of got to know him. And he was like, yo, if you ever in New York, hit me up.
Dope.
And, yeah, I was lucky because when I moved to New York, he had just got the position as A&R at Atlantic Records. So I hit him at the perfect time.
Wow. That's crazy, man. Mad knowledge right there, because I didn't know that Clark Kent held that kind of position. I just always knew him as a DJ and as a producer.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know him like that as an exec, as an A&R. So, okay.
Totally.
Well, that's what's up, man. Well, it sounds like your first piece of equipment that you got was that SP1200 that your mom's bought you, man. What was that like when she blessed you with that, man?
Oh man, it was heaven, man. I was, and she loved it because I was in the house. I wasn't in the streets. I was in the
Dope.
house every day, in my bedroom, just making music, man. Just mastering my craft without even know I was mastering my craft.
Right.
They say musicians got to get like 10,000 hours in before they become a master of whatever piece of instrument that they're using.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely got my 10,000 hours in, man. Way
Dope.
back in the 80s, man, in the 90s. Crazy.
So was this like a Christmas gift or a birthday gift or just out of the blue or what?
This was a mom. I was in college.
Okay.
I went to this technical college. I was welding. I was a welder kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my mom, I said, "Look, you might as well save your money because I'm in class all day and all I'm thinking about is writing songs." I said, save your money because I don't want to do this. And my mom was 100% supportive. She was like, "So what do you want to do?" I said, "I want to make music." I said, "Yo, get me the SP1200." And she said, "Look, if I get you this SP1200 thing, you better make sure you do something with it because, I just wasted a grip on you just about to, just leave school. So you better do something cool." You know what? She got it for me, man. And I stayed on it,
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm sure you made her proud, man, for sure.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up, man. Man, well, when you got that SP1200, when you were finally when you made that transition from rapper to producer, who were some of the producers that you looked up to? Who made you who gave you that fire, that inspiration, man?
Oh man, Clark Kent, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Finesse back then.
Nice.
Jesse West.
What did Jesse West do? I don't know. I'm unfamiliar with him.
Jesse West, he was in this group. What was the name of it? I forgot the name of that group. It was him and this other kid, but they both produced. And just type in Jesse West when you get a chance. Man.
Okay.
But he did a lot of stuff with Bad Boy. He's one of those unsung heroes, man, that nobody really know about.
Right.
But he was just incredible with that fucking drum machine. And the shit he taught me, the tricks that he taught me on the SP1200 is priceless, man, to this day, really.
Okay.
He was definitely a Mark Spark, Rhythm Fanatic, obviously, because Rhythm Fanatic is the one who actually taught me how to make beats. Who else? Pete Rock,
Nice.
Lord Finesse, Large Professor, Q-Tip,
Dope.
Primo. All the regular smuggler guys that was in New York City doing it, man.
Right. Right.
Yeah, the beat miners, everybody. I was influenced by all of them. But I was mostly influenced by Rhythm Fanatic and Mark Spark.
Okay. That's what's up, man. Well, you definitely gave me some homework to do, man. I'm gonna have to look up Jesse West, Mark Spark, and see, see a little more about them and what their impact. Obviously they had a huge impact on you, but see what some of the stuff is that they put out. All right, man.
Yep.
Well, here on Beatz Grinding Life, man. Unfortunately, man, I like to bring out the hard times. I like to have you share, some hard moments that you may have had in your career, man, because that's how we learn sometimes, is by setbacks and failures. And so, man, I want to know, man, can you tell me a major setback or failure that you had in your career that you were able to bounce back from? So maybe the beat grinders listening, maybe they can learn from that and maybe avoid the pitfalls.
Well, when I first moved to New York, I came up with a couple of fellas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to mention their names, and one of them passed away. God bless his soul. One was the like, he was the owner of the label.
Okay.
That I was on, independent, and another guy was an artist, and the other guy, he ended up getting a record deal, and he got some money, yada yada yada. Long story short, they kind of like moved away, and into this nice little plush apartment. Him and the owner of the label, they moved away, and they kind of left me. I don't want to say they left me, but I had to fend for myself.
Right.
I mean, I was literally living in the studio in New Jersey. Every day I was eating fucking beef patties and cocoa bread. Didn't have no money. Anytime I had money, I had to, call them like, yo, I ain't got no money. Y'all got to bring some money. I got to eat, yada, yada, yada.
Damn.
Until I got to the point where I had, I got a job. I worked at Kmart. You know what I'm saying? I was, I had to grind. I'm from North Carolina. Now I'm living in New York.
Right.
And I ain't got no income. And, the guys I came up with, now they get money, but they kind of, I don't want to say they forgot about me, but they got me over here.
Right.
Living in the studio, and I ain't got no bread, I ain't got no gear. I don't know nobody. I'm by myself, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
The studio. I was in the studio one night. The studio almost got robbed, and
Damn.
I'm by myself. Just all types of crazy shit I had to go through, man. But, I never, it never broke my faith as far as music. I always knew I was going to do it. There was not a doubt in my mind that I could not, do this. You feel me?
Yeah, man, for sure.
But I definitely went through the regular struggles of how I'm going to eat, how I'm going to pay these bills. Shit. I go through that shit today, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That shit is a never-ending process, baby. You know?
Right.
Word up.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Well, that's what's up, man. Well, what's something that you took away from that time, man? I mean, just being, just having perseverance and just sticking with it. I mean, what can you tell the beat grinders, that you learned from it? What's the major lesson that you can give them?
Well,
just never give up on your goal or your dream, or
obviously that. But anytime you're going through something, any kind of struggle or whatever, it never lasts. Everything changes, everything passes. It's like you're gonna go through stuff. You're gonna just take the lessons from what you go through. It's gonna, everything passes. You know what they say, time heals all wounds, yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a little cloud, man. You go through the storm, you get through the storm, then there's the sun, then another storm comes, and the sun, it's fucking valleys and peaks, man.
Right.
That's what the whole game is about, valleys and peaks. You just got to know that when you down, you got to come back up. You can't stay down forever. Everything changes. Everything fluctuates. You got to get used to that in this business.
Right.
In life in general, you already know.
Yep, that's for sure, man. Well, thank you for that, man. What I like about it is you said when you're down, you gotta get up. Because some people, they say, there's ups and there's downs, but there's no guarantee that you'll come up. You gotta force yourself to get up. So I like how you mentioned that, man. That's what's up, man. Thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, let's hop on the other side of that, man. What's the best moment that you had in your career? What would you consider your crowning achievement?
My crowning achievement, in my career. Dang, besides my kids, ain't nothing fucking with that.
Right.
You know what? I feel like. I mean, I had incredible, beautiful moments, man. From records going gold and platinum to hearing my shit on the radio, to publishing checks coming. You know what I'm saying? I done had all those dope type of achievements, but I don't really feel like I hit that defining moment of yo, I'm here. This is it. This is me. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like right now, I feel like I'm just now kind of getting on this wave, this independent wave, this ski beats. This. I'm kind of knowing what I want to do now, as far as me as an artist. Me as an artist, producer. Because I done made a lot of motherfuckers' careers. I done helped a lot of people's brands. But I never really focused on my brand, like on the Ski Beats brand, Right. I did the 24-hour karate schools, you know what I'm saying? I did the pilot talk, and that's all great. You know what I'm saying? The karate school was my brand, but I was still kind of connected with with Dane. You feel me?
Right.
Now this switched on BAP. This is me. This is me. This is me being a producer artist. I'm not rhyming or anything like that, but I'm I'm presenting a body of work. I'm presenting emotions through frequencies. You know what I'm saying? I'm expressing myself through frequencies, man. And I feel like I want to have a dope defining moment with what I'm doing now.
Wow.
But a lot of cool shit happened to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. But that's not uncommon on this show. A lot of people say that they haven't had that crowning achievement yet, and they're still searching for it. They're still chasing it. And so
that's the game.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that you said that. It's just looking as a fan of yours, I can look at certain things that you've done and guess and say, wow, I'm sure he'll say that, or I'm sure he'll say this, or, you know, but it's crazy that, you know, you still feel like, you know, there's more out there to get, you know, and especially with yourself, like you said, you know, you've built a lot of other people, but now it's time to kind of be selfish and build Ski Beatz up.
Yeah.
I'm definitely.
You know, it's hard when it's you. It's easy from somebody from the outside. Like when I look at like a Primo, I'm like, damn, that nigga Primo, he done did all this, he done did that. Yo, oh my God. Well, he's just Primo. He probably look at himself like, what are y'all talking about? It's just me.
Right.
That's how, you know, and everybody say, oh, you did Jay-Z, you did Cam Lowe, yo, man, you're a legend. But I'm like, nah, it's just me, really. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I never look at it. I can't feel it like you feel it like that.
Right.
Because,
I feel that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that, man.
But I definitely appreciate the love that people give me, and I definitely, you know, that I love that energy. I love that. But you know, when it's you,
well deserved, man.
Thank you. But when it's you feel like it's more. You know what it is, man. It's a drive. It's like a drive that can't ever go away for some reason.
Yep. No doubt, man. Well, you know, I mean, I know I can't wait to hear you build your brand up, your new album. I think I heard Stoney talk about it. And she was saying, you know, it was amazing. So, you know, just for her to say that, you know, I mean, we definitely appreciate her opinion on here. So man, yeah, definitely can't wait to hear what you got in store, man. So, all right, man.
July 6th.
What's that?
July the 6th, switched on back.
July 6th, y'all. That's next week. So.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, I want to know, you know, here on Beatz Grinding Life, man, we're striving for greatness. We want to be, you know, great producers. Some of us are established, some of us are aspiring, but we look towards great producers to see what they do, so that we can someday be a great producer. So, Ski, if you can just tell us what you do in a typical day, so that way maybe we can model our day after yours and somehow become a great producer like you, man, that would be great.
Well, I basically, besides, you know, making music, what I do is, whatever my weak points are, my production, whatever I feel like I need to work on, that's what I work on. Say like, hypothetically speaking, say like, all right, my beats are dope, but my bass lines are kind of weak. You know what? I need to spend at least 6 months just, you know, learning bass lines or practicing the keys or practicing the actual bass, just getting better at your craft. Just, you know, whatever you do, like if you're a sample bass producer and you know and you're just kind of like pigeonholed because you always sample, then you know you need to fucking, and you probably told yourself a million times, I need to learn the keys,
right.
But you never got off your ass to learn the keys.
Right.
It's time to go learn the keys.
That discipline.
And you know what I'm saying? Whatever your weekend, make that your strong point. Find all your weaknesses and build them up. That's it.
Damn, it's like this guy is in a dojo. I mean, it just reminded me of what, you know, I mean, you live by that dojo karate, you know, whole thing, and it just reminded me of that. You know, I mean, I've been in karate class before, you know, and that's exactly one thing that they teach, you know, is strengthening your weaknesses. That's crazy, man, because I know I have lots of weaknesses and sometimes I run from them, and that's natural. That's natural to run from what you're weak at, but at the same time you have to be disciplined to just make yourself go after it and get better. And it's never going to be, you know, it's never going to sound right the first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time. Like you said, you're working on it for 6 months, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, shit, that's nothing. This motherfucker's been working on it for 6 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, if you're going to do this, you got to do this for life. You got to say, look, you know what? You can't put no time limit on when it's going to happen. You just got to say, this is what I'm doing. And every day is a learning experience, because every day you got to be open to learn new shit all the time, man. You cannot say you got it. You're never going to get it. You're never gonna master anything, so you might as well just keep growing with it. Right.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Well, man, I mean, it's funny that you said, you know, one of the weaknesses that you mentioned, the first one you mentioned, bass lines. You know, I love your bass lines. I love the fact that you play the live bass, you know, and I look up to you for that. You know, I want to learn the bass myself, you know, and so just to see you make a beat, you know, on the machine or whatever, and then you turn around, grab that bass, play that live bass, and just add that flavor to it, man. I mean, there's nothing like that, man. That's one thing I love about your beats, man. When did you start learning how to play the bass, and how long did it take you to get somewhat good? I mean, I know, like you said, you haven't mastered it yet, but how long did it take you to feel comfortable with it?
Probably like a year.
Okay.
Just a year, just doing scales and playing, records that I hear. All my I would play old records, and I would kind of like emulate what the guys were playing back in the day and shit. Just doing shit like that. That kind of like helps you internalize grooves and in different ways, in different styles of the bass for me. Okay. But it took like a year for me to say, okay, now I can kind of pick it up. I'm not crazy nasty, but I can kind of get an idea. Right. And, if I got a cool idea, then I can just play it on the keys also, Yeah,
that's what's up, man. So, do you have any recommendations for a bass for somebody getting started?
That's like that, man. Picking out an instrument is a super personal thing. It's like,
right, just about
I can't just say, get a Fender. A Squire might be good for you, or Gibson, or whatever might be good for the next person. It all depends. You have to actually go to the store, pick up the bass, touch it, feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta make love to that motherfucker a little bit.
Yeah, I feel
before
that,
you can pick up the bass.
For sure, man. Well, our Samurai, past Beats Grinding Life guest Samurai, he was saying his suggestion was don't get the cheapest, because if you actually want to stick with it, you don't want to learn with the cheapest, and you don't want to just have that. So at least get the next step above as far as price range goes.
Right.
Okay, man. Well, what else do you do in your day? I mean, you said you wake up, you attack your weaknesses. Is there anything else that you do to help you reach greatness?
I wake up, man, like I got, right now I'm into the whole modular synth world. So I wake up, I read a lot of literature on that.
Dope.
I read a lot, I create a lot of different patches. I learn a lot of different techniques. I learn about control voltages and and all types of different modulars and different type of frequencies and mathematics to kind of create what I'm trying to create right now.
Dope,
and that's
man.
like a whole nother universe within itself. But it's dope. It's mad fun. It ain't, I mean, you can start patching shit up, turn some knobs and get some sounds. But when you know the method to the madness, it makes everything, it just opens up a whole new horizon of shit that you can do with this shit. So that's what I'm kind of focused on right now, man. Just, learning new patches. So when I make Switched on BAP 2, people will they'll hear the growth,
Nice,
yeah.
Man. That's what's up. Always a student, man. I'm loving that, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Okay, man. Well, go ahead.
I said definitely. Always a student.
That's what's up, man. All right, man. Well, this next portion of the interview, man, we like to call In the Studio. I can see what your studio looks like, man. It looks dope. I see some things in there that I would definitely like to play with. But, oh, look at that. Wow. Yeah, you were right about the synths, man. Damn, man.
Got all kind of shit everywhere.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm having fun looking at all that, but unfortunately, the beat grinders listening, they can't see it, man.
They can't see it.
Nope. But it's cool though, because you're gonna tell us what you do in the studio, how you do it, man. So you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do when you first start crafting a beat? Do you have a set ritual? Do you like to have a drink? Do you like to blaze up? What do you do when you first start making beats?
First, when I wake up, I get some coffee and shit. Well, before I get the coffee, they got these little bikes. Y'all got the green bikes out there? The little lime bikes you can...
No, we got the orange bikes. We got Nike makes bikes now.
Okay, well, I get on the bike, I ride it for like an hour.
Okay.
The block in the neighborhood. Drink some coffee, come in the crib. When I'm starting up a beat, man, I get inspired by different shit. I might start up and make some sounds first, get a groove going. If I feel the groove, then I'll add the drums, or I might start with the drums first. You know what I'm saying? Get that groove going with that.
Nice.
I don't really have no like no one way
No
of
ritual.
doing shit.
Right.
You know, it's just like I'm kind of sporadic. I'm all over the place. Whatever hits me, hits me.
I'm feeling that, man. I'm definitely feeling that. I know some people that say, you know, they got to start off with the melody or got to start off with the drums, but that I think that's cool that you leave yourself open. You know, to just create whatever hits you creatively. You'll work with that. So.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, what's a not so secret weapon that you got up in there?
Not so secret weapon.
Yep.
I got my MPC X.
Ooh, okay.
I've been on this. This has been like my main brain. This is the brain to the studio.
Oh, okay.
And obviously I got my modular synthesizers. I mean, each module in my rack serves a different purpose. I mean, I got things that make melodies. I got things that make chords. I got things that make sounds. I got things that make drums. I got things that make sequences. I got things that do arpeggiations. I got things that filter. I got things that effects. I got all kind of different things that do different things. Instead of plugins, I got different modules. You know, analog things.
Damn, man, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, so you know, I spent a whole lot of time figuring out the right modules to get for what I'm trying to create. That's the thing about modular synthesizers. You have to kind of like customize what you wanted to do. Like you might be a melody dude, so your whole rack might have things that create melodies. Or you might be a sound effect person. Your whole rack might be full of modules that create different crazy sound effects. You know, it all depends on what you're trying to do.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And so since you're customizing it for yourself, it's kind of unique to you and then nobody else, right? Like nobody else will have.
Nobody has my module, and you could never have anyone else's module.
That's dope.
Unless you get like a bunch of modules from the same company, you know.
Right.
But 9 times out of 10, everybody racks got different companies and different modules in their racks.
That's dope, man. Okay.
Yeah. It's a fun world. It's like Lego for adults.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what else do you got up in there, man? What all do you have in your toolbox these days?
I got my Moog Sub 37. That's for my bass lines. When I'm using synthesized bass lines, nothing can beat that. You know, the Moog has that rich, analog, dirty, thick, Dilla bass. You know what I'm saying? Sounds. I got my regular, my regular bass guitar when I want to get groovy, when I want to get that 70s kind of funk soul shit.
Yeah.
Obviously I got the MPC, that's for my drums, when I want to get, real dirty and street. Okay. I use my MPC for my drums. What else I got my secret weapons. And
not even secret weapons, just what do you got up in there?
Well, in my modulars, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Okay.
I got like, Ableton and, Logic and all these programs and shit, but I haven't been using that. I've just been strictly analog. I've been strictly drum machine, keyboards. That's it. And do obviously I got to track everything into a program to send it out to get mixed. Right. But the whole creative process, it's done with just the modules and the drum machine. That's it.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
And what's dope about that is it's all hands on. You got to turn knobs. You have to hit faders. You have to interact with your equipment, so that way you and your equipment actually become one. And I miss that. That's one thing I missed about being a producer, especially back in the 90s, because that's all we had. We had a turntable, a SP, a 950, and you had to touch that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nowadays,
Instead of
cats
just clicking the mouse.
Right. Nowadays, cats clicking the mouse, and not to take nothing away from it, because obviously we got some incredible music out here where motherfuckers just clicking mouses and shit, and they're from that era, and I get it. But I guarantee you, if they for 1 week just say, you know what, I'm not gonna touch the computer, I'm just gonna put my hands on some computers and turn some knobs and hit some faders and shit, it's gonna change your whole outlook on how they create music. Wow. It's gonna make them appreciate music more.
I bet, man.
Clicking your finger, that can get boring.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. Well, is that a Kayatica eyeball back there?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Okay. That's what's up, man. So at one point you did use the machine, right?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
Okay. Nice. All right, man.
I had the a friend of mine gave me the machine. I had it sitting in my studio for like a year,
Mm-hmm.
and I never touched it because I felt like it was like a toy because it was light, and it was
Right.
plastic, and I
Mhm.
felt like it was cheap. But you know, when I actually one day I just said, let me fuck with this thing and see what it does, and I got on it and I got turned out. I'm like, oh, this little bitch is hard, and I was turned out. You know,
Right.
I was strictly a machine head for a minute.
Right. Yeah.
But then but then I went to Havoc's house, and Havoc, he had an MPC 3000 sitting over in the corner, not 3000, but a MPC Renaissance just sitting there.
Right.
I'm like, yo, you ain't using that Renaissance? Like, cause he got a machine too.
Mhm.
He was like, nah, nigga, yo, take that. You want it, you can have it. Take that. I said, fuck it. I took it home and I plugged it up, and I instantly gravitated to it because I come from MPCs
Right.
and SP12, so I automatically knew how to move around on it. And once I started programming on it, I said, yo, why the fuck did I ever leave this shit alone?
Wow.
And it was natural for me. I'm like, you know what? I'm just the MPC. I love Machine.
Right.
Machine. They make Native Instruments make incredibly great products. I'm taking nothing away from Machine because Machine is dope. But for me, the MPC is like, it's just one of those things that it's just a staple in my brain, bro. You know.
Yeah. I hear you, man.
That
I mean,
that and the push.
Okay.
I can't. I love the push.
wow. Okay. Well, that's what's up, man. I mean, I know I come from an MPC background myself, and then I moved over to the machine, and I have no regrets. But just hearing
right.
you say that, man, I mean, it makes me want to at least try the Renaissance and see what it's like, you know, because I know I love the MPC. I don't even know why I switched, but
Yeah.
Beat grinders. If Ski Beatz mentioned anything that perked you guys' interest that you guys want to look up, do some research on, I'll definitely provide links on the website in his show notes, so you guys can definitely check that out. All right, man. Well, this next portion of the interview I like to call In the Mix. We'll just speed things up a little bit. It's like rapid fire. I'll ask you some questions. You give me a quick answer. But if you need to take your time, man, definitely appreciate it, man. So, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, man. Do you prefer using samples or making beats without samples?
Beats without samples right now.
Okay. What's your opinion on selling and leasing beats online?
Selling and leasing beats online. I think selling beats is cool. Leasing beats, I don't really get down with that. I think it kind of it takes the value away from that beat because I think like multiple people can probably lease the same beat over and over.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it kind of fucks up the game a little bit.
Yep, I feel you on that. I actually saw on your SoundCloud it said no leases, so I should have known the answer to that. Plug-in that you think every producer should have in their arsenal.
I think everybody should have Fab Filter plugins in their arsenal.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. What's a book that you think every producer should read?
I think every producer should read As a Man Thinketh by James Allen Poe.
Okay.
Read that book.
Nice. That's a great recommendation right there. And Beat Grinders, you guys are producers, and I know producers, we do not have a lot of time to read. That's all right, because now you can get a free audio book. And you can listen to a book just like the one Ski Beatz just mentioned. Just go to beatsbooks.com and go claim your free book. All right.
Bye.
Is there an internet resource that you use that you think every producer could benefit from? And when I say internet resource, I mean a website or an app.
Man, my only resource is YouTube.
Dope. Hey, man, that one's been mentioned on here many of times. It's a good one, man. It's definitely a good one. So, what is Sound Oracle calls it? YouTube University. So
Definitely.
Okay. What was your first placement, major placement, and can you just describe the feeling? There's a lot of listeners here that want that placement, and are just jonesing for it, and maybe just hearing your story can provide some inspiration.
My first major placement was with Father MC. He was really big back in the 90s.
Yeah, he was.
And, the feeling was great because I made a lot of cash and I bought a lot of pair of sneakers because I was young and crazy.
That's what's up. Was it a single or was it or just an album cut?
It was an album cut, but it was. Hey, I got paid.
That's what's up, man. Okay. What was the name of the song?
Ain't nothing but a party, y'all.
Okay. I'm a YouTube that. I'm a YouTube that.
Shit, I got a YouTube that. I ain't, that shit was dope. Ain't nothing but a party, y'all. Yep. That's the name of the song.
Cool, man. What's your favorite song that you ever produced?
Favorite song I ever produced thus far.
Mm-hmm.
I got more to go.
Yeah, thus far.
Shit. I got so many, man. I mean, I could say Lucini. It's something about Lucini.
Yeah.
I love Lucini because of the beat was crazy and the lyrics was just somewhere else.
Right.
I love originality. I love creativity. That's what hip hop is about for me.
Wow, man. That's a classic, man. You can put that song on anytime, anywhere, man, and people will go nuts, man. I mean, that's wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Okay, I want to know, man, what's an album besides your own, one of your own, and I'll link your new album on the website under your show notes. But what's an album that you think every producer should listen to and why?
What's the album that I think every producer should listen to and why? You know what? I could say The Chronic.
Nice.
Just because of the way the album flows.
Mm-hmm.
The whole theme, like how they chose this theme and how it was so cohesive and how the record was mixed and just how everything kind of made sense. The Chronic was like a Sonic movie, you know?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think a lot of producers, a lot of artists need to go back and listen to albums that was created that way, like the Illmatics and the Chronics and the Biggie's joint and Jay-Z's albums. You listen to these albums, man, especially the first albums. Everything was kind of like, it was just the theme. They kept this constant theme. Like by the end of the album, you kind of knew what the artist was about.
Right.
You kind of knew, like, okay, I know that Jay-Z's a hustler. He's a boss. You know what I'm saying? He's out here getting his money. You know what I'm saying? His whole mind frame is a hustle or die. Yada yada. You knew his story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You felt his story, and you listen to a lot of albums today. It's kind of hard to know who a person is. Not all albums, but a lot of albums is like, okay, we're gonna make a party track. Okay, now we're gonna make a track for the bitches. Okay, now we're gonna do a track for the radio. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody's all over the place, and it's like, okay, but who are you, like?
Right.
Well, bring me into your world, and I think that's what albums are about, man. It's about, it's a story, man. Albums about fucking, telling, relaying a message, content, getting some shit out, making motherfuckers think, man, making motherfuckers, emotionally move somebody with your music, man. That's what music is about. It's supposed to move you.
Right, because I mean, it is an art. When somebody told me that that a true artist lets you into their world, a true artist lets you reveals to you who they are. And so if you're not doing that, then you're really not being a true artist. So
right.
Okay, man. Well, you guys go check out Dr. Dre's Chronic if you haven't already. I hope you have already, but if not, I'll provide a iTunes link for you guys so that you guys can check that out. Yeah. All right, man. Well, this is where the interview kind of gets complicated, man. I'm gonna ask you some tricky questions, man, but I don't doubt that you can knock them out the park, man. You got on the Florida Marlins hat, man, so it looks like you're ready to go. So I want to know, man, what producers are on your Mount Rushmore? You got a pick in one hand and a hammer in the other, man. What producers are you putting up on Ski Beatz Mount Rushmore?
Producers on my Mount Rushmore.
You got 4 of them.
I got 4 producers on my Mount Rushmore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say your man Knowledge right now. I'm gonna say. Damn. I love so many producers. I'm gonna say. Damn. My Mount Rushmore producers. Dude, why you hit me with this? Hey.
It's just so many. I know it's hard to narrow it down to 4.
All right, I'm gonna say, man, I like Timbaland, man. I think Timbaland's dope.
Yeah.
I like Timbaland. I like Just Blaze.
Okay.
I like man, I want to say Kanye, but I'm mad at Kanye kind of right now.
I feel that.
You know?
Another guest said they put Kanye up before he died. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe the old Kanye, I guess.
The old, yeah. I want to put the old Kanye up there. Okay. But it's many more. It's many more, man. That's just, yeah, it's too many, man. You got like, oh, man.
I mean, there's Pete Rock. There's Premier. There's Dre.
Yeah, I mean, you know that's the obvious. I don't want to say
those
obvious.
are go-to. Well, you know what? I definitely appreciate that because on here, you know, sometimes we hear the same names over and over. You know, and I'm so glad that you try to go outside of the box. I appreciate that, man. So thank you. Okay.
I mean, you know, you got the DiBiase's, you got you got Flying Lotus.
Ooh,
you got, and you know what I'm saying? You got dope. What's the kid? Is it DJ Khalil?
Yeah, Khalil. Oh man, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got so many dope. Man, all right, whatever.
Well, that's a dope 4 right there, man. But you're gonna have to educate me just a little bit, man. Who is Knowledge?
Who's Knowledge? Knowledge, he does all the stuff for Kendrick.
Okay. Okay.
Check him out.
Yes, I will. I will for sure, man.
You got Mind Sign. Whew.
Damn. Yeah, man. Yeah, it can go on and on and on. We just we'll just have to change it up every year or something.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
All right, man. Well, I want you to imagine, man, that you just came out of the perfect studio session. You just made a banger, man. One that you're really proud of. And in that studio session, you have 4 other people in there with you. One person was an artist, one a co-producer along with yourself, one was an engineer, and one was a random person. Who are those 4 people going to be?
The engineer was Young Guru.
Nice.
My co-producer guy with me was probably it's gonna be Flying Lotus. He's riding with me on this one.
Dope.
Flying Lotus. The artist probably gonna be Homegirl from the Noisettes. I don't know if you ever heard of the Noisettes.
I haven't.
Look them up. Look up the Noisettes and look up this song called Atticus.
Atticus. Okay.
Yeah, but just listen to her voice.
Okay.
And the one random person in the room with me. One random person. Probably my little brother. I want him to see what goes on in the studio.
Dope. That's tight, man. That's tight. Well, man, that does sound like a perfect session, man. I only know 2 out of the 4, but just from that, man, Young Guru and Flying Lotus, I can only imagine what you and Flying Lotus would do, man. I mean, I think that would be crazy as hell, man, to have your little brother up in there too, you know, to have him witness you doing your thing, man. And then what'd you say old girl's name was from the Noisettes?
I don't know her name.
Okay.
But she's in a group called the Noisettes, and the name of the song is called Atticus.
Okay. Well, man, I'm gonna have to definitely, you know, you gave me some more homework to do. I'm gonna have to check them out, and Beat Grinders, you guys do the same. So, all right, man. Well, thank you for that recommendation, and thank you for the answer to that question, man. All right, man. Well, we haven't ended it yet, man. We still got another crazy question, man. I want to know if you woke up tomorrow and you lost everything that you had, except for your knowledge that you've gained in the decades that you've been doing this, and $1,000. So when I say you lost everything, you lost your contacts, your connects with everybody. You're pretty much on a whole different planet, identical to Earth. But you got $1,000 of that currency. What would you do in the next week to restart your career?
$1,000, but I still got my talent. What can I do with a grand to jump start it? Wow. I mean, I would have to get like, I would have to start with some cheap software. There's something I can create with. I'll probably get like some cheap software and a little MIDI controller.
Dope. Nice.
And just start creating from there.
Okay. That's what's up, man. The reason why I asked this is because, you know, there's some people out there listening that want to be producers and they just don't know how to start. You know, when this question and answer just lets people know how easy it is to get into music production, you know, and there's not too many barriers, especially these days, not very many barriers to get going. So, and also for some producers out there that may have lost everything, you know, I'm sure you may have experienced this. I have, where, you know, a hard drive has been dropped or something's gotten stolen, or, you know, and some people just want to know how can they restart things. So that's
you had to pay the bill and sell shit.
Yep, that too. Yeah, and many guests have talked about that. So
yep.
All right, man. Well, I want to know when it's all said and done, when Ski Beatz' career is over, man. I want to know what do you want your legacy to be? And also, what does legacy mean to you?
Legacy. What does legacy mean to me? What do I want my legacy to be? I want my legacy to be one of just continue growth. You feel me? I just want to just lead a legacy of this, you know, just me. You know, every time you see me, I'm learning something. I'm continually evolving. You know, it's nonstop, man. It's nonstop.
Nice.
You know?
Yeah, that's what's up, man. If there's anything that I've taken from this interview, you know, that's gonna make an impact is just that. Is you know, you said it doesn't stop, it never stops, and you got to look at this thing as a lifetime thing. You know, I've told you before, when we first started this, I consider myself an aspiring producer, but yet I'm going on 40 years old. You know what I mean? And so there are times I battle with myself and I say, by the time I do get on, you know, I'll be, you know, an old man compared to some of these young dudes. But, you know, that shouldn't even matter. Like you said, it's a lifetime thing, you know, and and so
all you have to do is take the whole, by the time I get on, out the equation and just have fun. If you just say, you know what, I just make music because God gave me this gift to make music, then you will continue to make music forever. And then, you know, if you're giving it all you got and you really doing it from the heart and soul, then everybody's gonna gravitate to you and fuck with you in some shape, form, or fashion. But if you're just trying to make music to get on, you're gonna always have a little struggle with it. There's gonna always be something that, you know, that it's gonna always be like a little hole in your heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're just doing it because this shit is dope, because God gave you this fucking talent, and it's just dope. It's just mad fun to be able to plug up some equipment and just make some sounds and say, yo, my nigga, check this out. And then your nigga in the back room like, oh, that shit is crazy. That's why I do it, my nigga.
For sure. I feel that. That's what's up, man. Okay. Well, thank you for that, man. Thank you for that. I think I needed that, man. Okay. All right, man. Well, what's the greatest piece of advice that you've received in this game? And what advice would you have for all the beat grinders listening today?
The advice I would give to the beat grinders is, you know, just have fun with it, man, and just be original, man. Don't, you know, it's all gravy to be inspired by someone. You know what I'm saying? But don't emulate, because obviously we got a lot of music out here that sounds the same,
right?
Because it's almost feeling like we at a, where the culture is right now, the hip hop culture is. The thing is, they sound like people, and that was never cool, you know. Especially back when I was coming up, that was obviously called biting. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, being inspired by the music that you hear, but you have to kind of be original and put your twist on it too.
Right. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, make it, you know, and you gotta, you know, everybody got their own look. It's only one you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta figure out how to, you know, find your voice in the music. You can't, you know, be using 808s and 808 drum kits just because everybody's doing that, because you think that's the thing to do. You following, you're a sheep. You gotta say, you know what? I'm not gonna use that 808 snare. I'm gonna use this 707 snare. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mhm.
Something different. You know what I'm saying? Do something different, man. To change, to change the face of music, because music evolves, man, and you should be one of those people that helps the music evolve and change and be great.
Dope, man. Dope. That's what's up, man. Well, thank you for that, Beat Grinders. I hope you guys take that to heart, and try to evolve this hip hop culture, and not keep it the same. We're at a standstill right now, and so let's push it forward.
It's like disco music right now, baby. You know how disco was back in the 80s.
Right.
Everybody kept using the same doom 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 doom. You know what I'm saying? Until motherfuckers got tired of it and said, you know what, enough. I think they burnt like a bunch of disco records on a football field one day and said, "Nah, I'm dead ass." And they said, "This is the end of disco," and that in that moment, disco ended.
Wow. I've often made that comparison because I just feel like the music is club music. Back then, it was like cocaine was really big. It was out there, and it's kind of same now, it's like, so I feel like these times now kind of mirror those times as well, so, but, okay, man. Well, we reached the end, man, of the interview. I want to thank you for coming on, man. But before we go, man, I want, you to just give some last words to the listeners, if you have any. Also, let them know what you're working on, where they can find your new album, when, where, how to contact you if you want to be contacted.
Okay. Well, shit, man. My last words is, man, thank everyone for listening. Whoever tuning in, thank you for listening. I appreciate it, man. And you already know, man, I got a new album coming out next month called Switch Storm Bap. I need your support, man. It's independent, and I'm an artist, and I need your support. So
nice.
If you like it, you know what I'm saying. I hope you like it. If you guys enjoy it, then support that. And I'm on IG, man. Ski Beatz, SKIBEATZ, on IG, on Twitter, on Facebook. It's all the same thing.
Go. Okay. All right. Well, man, thank you. Really appreciate it, man. Speaking to a legend, getting gems, just learning, chopping it up with you is definitely a pleasure, man. Definitely appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. And Beat Grinders, you guys know how it is. At this point, I want to thank you guys for listening, tuning in to another episode of Beats Grinding Life. If you guys like this show, if you found it of any value, which I'm sure you did because Ski just straight laced us, please share it on Instagram, on Twitter, on SoundCloud, on Facebook, whatever. Just share it and let everybody know, how much Ski Beatz impacted you guys in this interview. And also tag him, let him know how much he impacted you guys. Also, be sure to rate and review this podcast on iTunes. It just helps the podcast get out there. So really appreciate you guys, and you guys know how it is. You guys have been mentored by Ski Beatz today, so you guys consider yourselves lucky and keep keep grinding. All right, y'all. Peace.
Here at Beats Grinding Life, we want to thank you for listening to another episode. We want to know, what were your biggest takeaways from this interview? Just go to beatsgrindinglife.com and leave a comment on this episode's show notes page. Also, while you are there, go subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Just click the little button that says subscribe. If you could, please leave a rating and review. Rating and reviews are the best way to show your appreciation because it helps more people find out about the podcast. So until next week's episode, keep grinding.